The Lenovo Y460 is an awesome 14-inch laptop that's priced competitively for its performance. It has great features such as a sleek black finish, switchable graphics, and outstanding JBL speakers. The Lenovo Y460 comes packaged with several connectivity options. There's VGA and HDMI ports, a side grill with a fan inside that can really push some air, one Ethernet port, two USB ports, an audio jack, and mic jacks. On the front side of the laptop we have a memory card reader, a silver switch that changes between integrated and dedicated graphics, and a wireless on-off switch. On the right side we have another USB port, an express card slot, a USB eSATA combo port, and an optical drive for burning and reading DVDs and CDs. So that's 4 USB ports in total. Finally, on the back side we have a 6-cell battery. The battery will last you approximately 4 hours using the Intel integrated graphics card, which will of course vary depending on how many programs you're running and the system usage of each application. And we also have a nice design etched onto the back with great looking and sturdy hinges. Additionally, the keyboard's very nice and typing on it's great. However, there is some minor flexing when the keys are pushed firmly. This happens on the right side above the optical drive, but you really have to press the keys hard for it to become a real annoyance. Another thing that bothered us was that the function key was switched with the control key. However, this does become tolerable over time, and it's close enough to the edge to not have too much of a major impact on gaming. Nonetheless, if you find it unbearable, there may be a way around it, and there may be a BIOS mod floating about. Feel free to comment below with a workaround should you find a viable solution. This certainly isn't a deal breaker by any means, but it can be rather irritating. The Y460 weighs around 5 pounds. It has a bright 1366 by 768 resolution 14-inch display. It also has a built-in mic and 1.3 megapixel webcam. However, this is a glossy display, so it's very reflective. Another disappointment was with the viewing angle. If you turn it too much to the left, right, up, or down, you'll notice a distortion in colors, which is typical of most laptops. We only wish that this laptop had an option for higher resolution display with a wider viewing angle. Additionally, this laptop has a great mousepad with some nice touch-sensitive features. The touch-sensitive buttons can do the following: control volume, check on your battery life, and perform a few other nifty tasks. The Lenovo Y460 is a portable transformer. Under the hood we have an HD 5650 clocked at 550 MHz core and 1 GB of DDR3 800 MHz video memory. The 5650 has 400 stream processors, allowing it to take on any game you can throw at it. Additionally, the laptop comes with an Intel Core i5 520M processor. The clock speed of the Intel 520M can scale from 2.4 GHz up to 2.93 GHz while gaming. The Lenovo Y460 comes with Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit, 4 gigs of DDR3 clocked at 1066 MHz, and a 500 GB 5400 RPM hard drive. While 5400 may be sufficient for some tasks, it would have been nice to have an option for a 7200 RPM hard drive. Well, what you could do is buy a 7200 RPM hard drive and use the existing 5400 for your PS3 if you have one. Now let's get back to gaming. You can play such notable games as Crysis, StarCraft 2, Portal, Left 4 Dead 2, the new AVP, and more. You name it, and you can most certainly play it. So let's take a look at some gameplay. First up is Crysis. This game runs great at medium-high settings. We averaged about 30 FPS with few dips, but overall, the experience was rather smooth. Next, we tested out StarCraft 2. The game runs great on all high settings. You can get away with textures set to Ultra because of the 1 GB video memory. To satisfy our zombie bashing appetite, we tested out Left 4 Dead 2. The game ran extremely well with all settings maxed with 4x MSAA. It's definitely satisfying to know that wherever you go, you can hop on and start mowing down some zombies. Another source game is Portal, and you guessed it, the Lenovo Y460 can max Portal out with 4x MSAA as well. Lastly, we have the new AVP. With tessellation on, advanced shadows off, shadow complexity on normal, ambient occlusion off, 16 anisotropic filtering, and the rest cranked up, we get very solid frames. Overall, the game makes for an enjoyable experience on the Y460 and plays smoothly. The Lenovo Y460's gaming performance is excellent for a 14-inch laptop. Temperatures range from 75 degrees Celsius to 80 degrees Celsius on load after about an hour of gaming. The temperatures usually hover around 75 degrees Celsius and only peaks above 80 degrees Celsius on occasion. After longer durations of gaming, temperatures did not exceed that amount. In addition, the room we tested this in was not air conditioned and it was a tad warm, so these temperatures are decent given the laptop's size and the surrounding environment. However, those looking to overclock will have to carefully monitor both ambient and internal temperatures to make sure that they are within the 5650's thermal limit. Speaking of temperature, let's talk about the Y460's hotspots. Every laptop has several, and the Y460 is no exception. Typically, with minimal task, this laptop is very cool to the touch and quiet. The only place that it gets slightly warm is around the mousepad area, but it's not an annoyance at all. However, once we start gaming, things become louder and hotter. The mousepad area heats up a bit more, and a small patch on the left side gets scorching hot. However, the good news is that for gaming, our hands are where the keyboard is, and not on this small patch on the laptop. The fan does get noticeably louder, but as with any laptop, noise will increase when gaming fans start ramping up speed. So while gaming, the areas you actually use will become slightly warmer, and it should be a non-issue for most users. In sum, the Lenovo Y460 is a great buy for about $1,000. For the price, it outperforms a lot of other 14-inch laptops that are similarly priced. Additionally, it also performs better than the 13-inch MacBook Pro with its comparatively lackluster NVIDIA 320M. The battery life is decent while using Intel's integrated graphics, and when not gaming, the laptop stays relatively cool to the touch. Ultimately, this laptop performs great for gaming, has a nice keyboard, and above-average JBL speakers. Despite the issues with the keyboard and display, the sleek, sexy-looking Lenovo Y460 is a great buy for the price. We highly recommend it. If you have any other questions or for more reviews, check out pixelsmashers.com.